Hi, this is Nana Hosenfeld with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Saturday, July 28th, 2018. Looking at fire potential impacts over the next 2 days. Today we are looking at the potential for some isolated wet and dry thunderstorms across portions of central and eastern Utah. Probably of more significant impact is some gusty winds expected across the orange highlighted areas of the Great Basin today. We're looking at wind gusts in the 25-ish mile an hour range this afternoon. Moving into Sunday, we have drier air in the area, and that will reduce the area that will see showers and thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon, as you can see from those highlighted areas on the map. Winds will also shift a little to the east with those gusty winds further into the eastern part of the Great Basin. Over the past 24 hours, the majority of the precipitation occurred across Utah, the Arizona Strip, and a small part of Nevada. There's a fair amount of lightning associated with these storms. Now, fire activity has really picked up over the past few days of the Great Basin. Looking at precipitation and how it compares to normal, looking at the past 7 days, you can see it's been really dry across the far northern part of the Great Basin with quite a bit of moisture across western and central Nevada. Looking at the past 30 days, you can see a similar trend with really dry conditions further north and increased moisture further south. ERCs reflect these precipitation trends quite nicely. You can see the really high ERCs across the northern part of the Great Basin and the lower ERCs further south. However, as it has dried out a bit across the Great Basin across the south over the past 7 or so days, those ERCs are starting to come up a bit across the southern part of our area. Taking a little further look at the ERC trends, the map or the chart on the top right shows the trend for GB3, and you can see the ERCs are approaching record high levels in that area. Further south in GB35, things took quite the nosedive a few weeks ago, but are beginning to recover further south as well. As far as light fuel moistures, they continue to decrease across the area with 1,000-hour moistures at record low values in southern Idaho. The satellite this morning shows a high pressure in place across the far southern part of the Great Basin. Moisture trapped underneath that will bring those showers and thunderstorms we're expecting to the southern part of the area today. So looking at today in a little more detail, you can see that moisture in place from that map on the left across the southeastern part of the Great Basin, but pretty dry elsewhere, and you can see in our significant fire potential map that really the only green areas left in the Great Basin are across the far southeast. Looking at today's forecast in more detail, you can see from the map on the left that windy conditions are expected across the area this afternoon, with some areas seeing wind gusts in that 25 to 35 mile an hour range. The map on the right shows expected weather. You can see quite a bit of smoke is expected across Nevada. That's the area painted in gray on the map. And then further south and east across the Great Basin, we are expecting showers and thunderstorms. On Sunday, the pattern remains pretty similar, with moisture decreasing a bit across the Great Basin. You can see by tomorrow afternoon, by looking at that weather forecast map on the right, really not much in the way of showers and thunderstorm activity across the Great Basin. The map on the left shows tomorrow's wind forecast, and again you can see those increased winds across the northeastern part of the area. As we move into Monday, we are in a pretty similar pattern with that ridge across the central and southern part of the Great Basin. Some moisture expected across parts of Nevada, but not enough to really see any significant showers and thunderstorms with that. So you can see from the weather map on the right, there is a potential for some showers and thunderstorms across central Nevada on Monday. Winds will be much lighter on Monday. So over the next 3 days, really not too much in the way of precipitation across the Great Basin. As we move into Tuesday, we see an increase in moisture across the northern part of the area, and we are high-risking this area for the potential for dry lightning on Tuesday. This will be significant because it has been very dry across these areas for the past 30 days, and any lightning in these areas could be problematic. As we move into Wednesday, that moisture looks like it'll move off to the east a bit, with that lightning threat shifting into northwestern Utah and further east into Idaho. And as we move into Thursday, models right now are suggesting that we'll see a rapid drying trend with some gusty winds. And so definitely some concerns there if this pans out with those winds following the lightning across the area. On Friday, a pretty similar pattern in place with winds and drier conditions across the northern part of the area. As far as 7-day precipitation accumulations, really not too much in the way of precipitation, and anything that does occur will be across the southeastern part of the area. Finally, in the 8 to 14 day period, the Climate Prediction Center is calling for above normal temperatures across almost the entire area, with above normal precipitation further south. So that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. Our information is on the screen, and you can also find us on Twitter. Thanks.